Okay, welcome back. Any question? No. Alright. So we talk about the line calculation, we talk about why we need to do the line discount, we talk about how to choose your oil. Okay, so we will talk about the soap making safety and then followed by making the line solution. So it is important that you pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, so I will just brief from the notes. Okay, in terms of dressing, cover as much skin as possible. Why? Because we are dealing with lye is pH 13 and above. Okay, so to prevent the lye contact our skin, so we try to cover as much as possible. Okay, so if possible, buy long pants, long sleeve. Okay, long sleeve. Okay, then wear goggles when because we only have one set of eye. It is important that we take care of eye. Okay, wear goggles, wear mask. This is to prevent in case of lye splatter into our skin. Okay, so most people when they see that so many safety precautions, they feel very anxious, very scared. Okay, people wear until like even the safety boots and cover everything, like you go to the nuclear plant like that. So it is not needed lah. So we just handle it with respect, carefully, then accident will not happen. Okay, so this is the dressing. Make sure you cover as much skin as possible. Tie, if you have long hair, tie it up. Okay, because sometimes when you make soap, right, you put in the scent, very nice smell already, you like to go in and smell, then your hair will touch the soap, so we do not want it. So tie your hair up. Okay, so in terms of dressing, next, then make sure you wear gloves. Okay, gloves, and also mask. Make sure you wear that. Okay, next will be equipment. Okay, there are a few equipments that you can use to make soap, and mostly is available in our kitchen. Okay, stainless steel would be the best. Okay, do not use aluminium. Okay, why? Because aluminium will react with the lye. Okay, it will actually dissolve the aluminium. So if let's say you try to make the lye solution with an aluminium spoon, but you stir it, by the time you take it out, you won't see any spoon anymore. Okay, so it is very dangerous, and do not use aluminium. Okay, best would be the stainless steel or the heat resistant plastic like this. Silicone spatula is okay because it is can stand high heat and can stand high pH. Okay, then also any plastic that has PP5. So if you look down there, there's a PP. Normally each plastic there's a triangle sign. Okay, as long as it's PP number 5, it can safe to be used. Means any plastic that can go inside the microwave oven for heating can be used. Okay, then people also ask, can I use glass? Because glass is also can prevent, it's good for handling chemical, and also like Pyrex, it can go into the microwave oven. Okay, people did ask whether can use glass before or not. Okay, glass can be used but not recommended. For me, I would not recommend glass at all. Why? Because when you use plastic and glass, right, there will be wear and tear. Okay, then when plastic break, it just crack one line. You can just see the liquid seeping out. You still got time to react. But when glass break, the whole thing just break. Then the lye solution will be everywhere. So it is very hard to clean up, more dangerous to clean up. Okay, so glass can be used, but for me it's not recommended. The best will be the stainless steel. Okay, make sure it's 100% stainless steel, not mixed with aluminium. Okay, so this is the equipment. Okay, so we'll talk about the making lye solutions. Okay, remember what are the 3 ingredients to make soap? We have oil, lye, and water. Okay, we talk about lye calculation so that we can get the correct lye, how much lye to use. We talk about how to choose your oil so that you can formulate your own recipe. Next will be water. How much water to use? We haven't talked about that. Okay, normally for water, the reason we need the water is because the lye come in solid. Okay, we need to dissolve the lye to liquid. Okay, normally 1 part of lye and 1 part of water is enough to dissolve it. So example, let's say your lye is 100 grams, your water is just 100 grams, you can dissolve it. But the concentration is very high. and when you put into the oil, you will not have time to react. Okay, so as a start, you can actually 1 part lye to 3 part water. I got put here in the notes also. Let's say your lye is 100 grams, your water will be 300 grams. Okay, that is our first option. Another option will be 38% of your oil. So let's say your oil is 1 kg, your water will be 380 grams, which is 38% of the oil. So there are 2 options for you to determine your water, either based on the lye weight times 3 or based on the oil 38%. So you can actually use which one. Alright, as a beginner, always use full water. Means let's say you use the lye times 3, always use lye times 3 as a beginner. The reason is the concentration is not that high, so in case of spillage, it is not so dangerous, and you know you are able to clean up. Okay, then as you make soap, you get familiar with the process, you're more comfortable already, right? You can reduce your water, slowly reduce it, reduce to maybe 2 or 2.5. Okay, become 1, it will be too hard to use. I mean, you cannot even react, you cannot even stir. Okay, so 2 to 2.5 is okay. Why we want to reduce is so that, because the more water content it is, the longer you have to wait for the soap to cure. Okay, if you reduce the water, the faster the soap cure. Okay, what is the curing process? Curing process means after you make the soap ready, you have to wait for the water to evaporate, because there's a lot of water content. Okay, so you have to wait the water to evaporate, then only the soap is hard enough to use. Okay, so that's why the more water you put in, the longer you have to wait, because there is more for it to cure. Okay, then okay, let's talk about the process of making the lye solution. Okay, always measure the water and lye in separate container, because both are different. Lye is solid, water is liquid in another container. When you pour lye, always pour lye to water, because when you solid go to liquid, the chance of splatter is lesser. If you pour liquid to solid, the chance of splatter is higher. We want to reduce the chance of splatter. Okay, and then the water that you use, do not use hot water, because when the lye contact with water, the water will heat up. So if you put hot water and you put in the lye, it will heat up even more. Then end up it will boil over your container. So we do not want that. Okay, and another thing is, just now I mentioned, when you put lye into water, it will heat up, right? There will be fume. So that's why we wear masks. Okay, there will be fume. But then in the class, even at home, if possible, it is best to use ice water. Okay, because if you ice water, the water is very cold. When you put in the lye, it will heat up and actually just melt the ice into room temperature. Okay, and because the water is cold, they will not be fumed, so it is much more safer also. But if at home you cannot find any ice and you want to make soap, and you just use the room temperature water, make sure that you wear mask, and then you make sure that you dissolve the lye in a very well open ventilated area, because you do not want the fume to trap inside your room. Okay, so ice water would be the best. Okay, how much ice will be about 60 to 70% of ice inside your water for it to cool down into room temperature. Okay, that is the making your lye solution. And then another thing is, after making the lye, right, solution, then you will pour into the oil. That lye solution, the temperature between the lye solution and the oil cannot be more than 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, later I will go through this step by step when we make the soaps. Okay, but I just brief you all first. The temperature between the lye solution and the oil cannot be more than 10% degrees Celsius. Okay, then okay, that is on the lye. Okay, so how do you know whether your soap has been fully cured? Because after you make everything ready, right, how do you know that your soap is fully cured? Some people, they go by feeling. Means they just take the soap and then they just press it, or it's hard enough, then okay, I can use it. Okay, then the best will be, the more accurate will be, you will just weigh your soap with the scale. Then 1 week later you weigh it again, because as the water evaporates, the weight of the soap will go down. Okay? So the following week you weigh again. You weigh until there is no more change in the weight. Means the water fully evaporates, it is fully cured. That will be the easiest and the most simple method for you to do so. Okay? Because earlier on, last time there's someone invented, even now I got people selling it, a solution for you to drop into the soap and then the color will change. Based on the color change, it will tell you whether the soap is ready or not. So for me is since you just use this method free of charge, what for you need to buy a solution, go and repeat every week. Might as well you weigh. So that is not needed lah. Okay? So the easiest will be just weigh the soap. Or some people just don't care, go by feeling, just use their hand and then squeeze it and see whether is it okay or not. Okay? Alright? Okay, so after you make the soap ready, there are few ways customization that we can do, which is you can color the soaps. Okay, today everything will be doing the natural ingredients. We use the natural ingredients, so we'll talk about more on natural colorings. Okay, the natural colorings, majority of the things you can find from your kitchen. Okay, example will be like cocoa powder, coffee powder. This cocoa and coffee will give you brown color. Even coffee will give you brown, it will not give you black. Okay, if you want black, will be the charcoal powder. You know, the one that used for making pasta, bread, those charcoal powder, you can use it. Then turmeric, it will give you orange color. Paprika will give you brown to dark red color. Paprika is the chili powder. Okay, if you want to use paprika, don't put in too much. If not, when you use it, it will be heat in the soap. Okay, unless you want the heat. Okay, then turmeric also, do not put in too much. Why? Turmeric, example, if you use your hand, you touch the turmeric, it will stain your skin. How long does it take the stain to come out? Sometimes few days if you put in too much. So same, if you put in too much turmeric in your soap and you bathe with it, you also become orange. Okay? Okay? So don't you will become orange, so don't put in too much. Alright, so just a tiny a quarter teaspoon. Start with that. Okay? Unless you want to put like whole chunk of tablespoon just to make people to become orange as a prank, then different story. Don't do that. Okay? Alright. Then cinnamon powder. Okay, cinnamon powder will give you brown. It will give you some slight cinnamon smell. But you also cannot put in too much, because there are many people that is sensitive to cinnamon. So if they use it, they will develop rashes. Okay, so cinnamon also need to be careful. And then clay powder. Clay, depending on what kind of clay you use, there are many types of clay colors in the market. There is a pink clay, green clay, blue clay, yellow clay, purple clay. Though these are natural clay, it's not the coloring. Like today, we'll be using, this is a green clay, so it will give you a dark green color, dull green color. This is a green clay. Okay, then of course, like spirulina will give you green. Spirulina comes from plant. Okay, anything that is green, like example pandan, you can actually blend it and then you make it soap, it can give green. Even vegetable, you can blend it and use it, make it green. So all these green come from chlorophyll. Like spirulina, just now the green I mentioned come from chlorophyll. It gives you a very nice green in the soap only for the first few months. Why? Because chlorophyll, when exposed to UV sunlight, it will fade off. So you will see your green color slowly to fade over time. You can actually prolong the green color if you add a little bit of milk inside your soap, but it will still not prevent it from fading off. Okay, same with most of the natural coloring that come from plant will also fade off. Okay, except for clay and all this cocoa powder, all this is powder form, then it will not fade off. Okay, then people did ask, can I use this beetroot or the dragon fruit to give the red color? that one cannot. It will not come out at all because the lye will actually react with the color and actually remove the color. Okay, then people also ask, can I use the butterfly pea flower, the blue flower for make kueh one? Can I make it into my blue color soap? That one also cannot. The lye also will remove the blue color, so that cannot. So feel free to experiment. Things like pumpkin, papaya, carrot, tomato will give you a nice orange color. But again, because it comes from plant, after some time it will also slowly fade off. Okay, any question on the natural coloring? Okay, then of course there's another one called synthetic coloring, but make sure you use a skin safe coloring. Okay, means it's suitable for skin one, like mica coloring. Okay, mica, most people they use mica in the soap making because mica is actually made from grounded minerals. You know, sometimes our stones, all these gems got colors, right? They actually grind it into small particles and then use it for making like eyeshadow, blusher. So all these can be used into the soap as well. Okay, so that one, the color will definitely stay. Okay, then do not use food coloring. Okay, like the one you make cake in icing, do not use that. Okay, first thing, there are a few reasons. First is these colors after some time exposed to UV light, it will also fade off, so the color will not stay. Second is because it will bleed, the color will bleed. If you use this powder or even you use the mica coloring, you can do different color into the soap and the color will actually still have border or separate nicely. So example, let's say you want to make red soap with blue soap layering, you will still have the red one layer and the blue one layer. But if you use the food coloring that you use to make cake one, right, this color will bleed. So if you want to have a red at the bottom and the blue at the top, it will just bleed together and your soap become purple. So it will not stay together. Okay, and then another thing is food coloring will also act like turmeric, it will stain your skin. So putting too much also will stain the skin. Okay, so turmeric become orange. So if you put blue coloring in your soap, you become blue when you take bath, like alien like that. Okay. Smooth. Yeah. Okay. There is actually true story. There's one lady, she went to the farmer's market in the US there. She saw a very nice purple soap with nice lavender smell. So it's very nice purple color. So she saw, oh, it's nice smell, very nice color. So she bought it. But she didn't know that actually the soap maker use food coloring and put a lot of purple in it. That's why it's very intense, very nice. So she go home, she bathe with it head to toe. When she come out, head to toe is purple color. And she is purple for 1 week. Imagine that. So she go out, she have to cover everything, just the eye to walk out because she is purple. People say, hey, there's an alien in America. So it's dangerous. So do not put food coloring. So it's the same as turmeric, do not put too much. Okay, if you want to put food coloring, is only 1 drop will do. Do not put too much. Okay, the best is just stay away from it. Okay, just stay away from it. Okay. Okay, besides coloring, we also can scent the soap. Okay, to scent the soap, there are also 2 options, the synthetic and also the natural one. Synthetic will be using the skin safe fragrance oil. Okay, if you go to like Daiso or all this supermarket, right, they sell the fragrance is for home fragrance. It means for you to diffuse for home. It is not skin safe. You want to make sure it is really skin safe. Okay, and it must be alcohol free, free from alcohol. So like perfume, all this cannot because it has alcohol. Okay, so it makes sure it's skin safe and without alcohol. Then another option, the natural one, will be using essential oils. Okay, using essential oil, again you must make sure it is 100% pure and natural essential oil. 100% pure. Because some essential oil in the market, even though they write 100%, doesn't mean it's 100% pure. Okay, because in the industry, as long as your essential is only 1%, they can put that as, in the label they can just put as pure essential oil already, even though it's only at 1%. So make sure you get it from the correct source. Okay, and when you use it in soap, you have to follow the essential oil safety guidelines. Okay, essential oil is very potent, used in aromatherapy. It is a traditional medicine. So if you use it in soap, you must apply the same rule in soap also. Okay, for example, do you know that peppermint cannot be used for children below 2 years old in aromatherapy essential oil safety guidelines? You cannot use that because it has this menthol content that actually will make the small children stop breathing. Certain children stop breathing. Okay, it does happen a lot in US because last time when essential oil was introduced, right, there is this nursery. The teacher was not aware. They go and diffuse peppermint essential oil in the nursery, and during that time was almost nap time already. So they let the children sleep, and then the teacher go and diffuse the essential oil. And because of that, right, I think by the time they need to wake up, majority of the children did not wake up, not able to wake up. They even call the children, they are not able to wake up, and they notice that the breathing start to slow down tremendously. So end up they have to call the ambulance, and the ambulance have to bring the children to the hospital. Luckily, all of them survived, no issue. But the teacher didn't aware that the peppermint will cause this. Yeah, so whatever you apply in aromatherapy must apply in the soap as well. So if you want to make soap for small children below 2 years old, do not use peppermint essential oil. If you like the minty smell, use spearmint. It is safer for small children. So you must know what oils can or cannot. But generally, safe oil will be like tea tree, lavender, this one, tea tree, lavender, citronella. All these are generally safe oil. Okay, then like lemongrass, diffuse is okay, but do not use on children below 6 years old. Diffuse is okay because you can use it to prevent the mosquito and all those things, right? But do not use onto their body if they are below 6 years old. So you have to remember that. I mean, if you study you will know about this. Okay. Then another thing is all those spice, oil that come from spice, like clove, cinnamon, oregano, fennel, basil, all these come from spice. You cannot use more than 1% in your soap. If you use more than that, it will cause rashes and sensitivity. Okay? So it is important that if you use essential oil, always make known to people that what kind of essential oil you are using, so that when they see it, if they know they are allergic to certain oil, then at least they won't use it. Okay? Like for me, for example, I am allergic to cinnamon essential oil. Only the oil. But if I eat the cinnamon I use in cooking, the cinnamon bun so nice, I eat no problem. Okay? But if I use it in soap, even though at less than 1%, when I bathe with it, and the reaction doesn't come immediately, it will be 1 week later. Because you know natural product always comes slowly on the effect. So that's why it's not like even like you pain, right? You eat the medicine, natural one, it won't cure immediately, it will take time. So same also, I use the cinnamon soap, right? And when I bathe with it, 1 week later, I start to develop rashes all over my body because I wash over my body. So I start to develop rashes. But it only happened to me. My family, like my children, my husband, even my parents, no issue, but only myself. So if I see soap that has cinnamon essential oil, then I will avoid it. But eating all this, no issue. So you will not know what you're allergic of until you experience it. Okay? So spice essential oil need to be very careful. But generally safe one will be like orange, lemongrass, orange, lavender, tea tree, neroli, chamomile, all these are safe. All these are safe. Okay? So if you are not sure, you can go to this IFRA. IFRA is actually IFRA. IFRA stands for International Fragrance Association. Good, I also put that in the notes. If you want to use essential oil, you can go to the IFRA website. Okay. Even now, you can go to I think Google and the ChatGPT also very useful already. You can actually type your question, it will tell you already what is the maximum percentage. If you go to the IFRA website, they have a chart that tell you for what kind of products. Example, like you want to make lotion, or you want to make soap, or you want to make spray, all those things. Like different kind of products. What kind of essential oil? What is the maximum percentage that you can use? Okay. So, example for soap, the maximum percentage for spice oil is only 1%. That is the maximum. You do not follow exactly. You can go lesser than that. Okay. So, example like they put lavender, you can go up to 20% for soap. But you don't go until so high. You can, because 20% you put in, the smell is very strong already. So, normally people go between 5 to 10% or lesser than that also. Okay. So, you can go to the IFRA website to see what kind of product, what kind of essential oil, what is the maximum percentage that you can use. Okay, any question? No, Okay, so the theory part is done. So we will make the soap. Before I make the soap, I will actually tell you all, today we'll make two types of soap, which is the general purpose soap and also the face and body soap. Okay, I will go through the recipe, okay, so that you have an idea how I formulate this recipe. Okay, and then from there you will have an idea of when you go back, how are you going to formulate your own recipe. Okay, you can actually follow or you can actually change according to your requirement. Okay, like general purpose soap, I want to use it for dishwashing, for laundry. Means it must be high in cleaning power. The bubbles must a lot so that it can clean. Okay, and at the same time, because I use it for washing, the hardness must be there. I want the soap, because the soap will contact in water for a longer period of time. I do not want it to become soft and mushy, so I must make sure the hardness is there as well.
Is it same like the pot, just throw it in, then let it wash?
Oh, no. This one is you use the, you know, like this fat buku. I'm not sure whether it's like that one. Okay. Okay, so for this purpose, I need it to be high in cleaning power. That's why I use coconut oil. Okay, and I also want the soap to be hard. So that's why I use palm oil. Okay, so my oil is coconut oil 250, palm oil 250. So it's 50-50 ratio, but it's 100% hard oil. 100% hard oil. Okay, and then I only do a light discount at 1%. Why? Because I do not need to moisturize my clothes and my dishes. Okay, but then because I still use hand to wash, I want to ensure there's no more excess lye. I still discount at 1%. So at least that when I use my hand to wash, it is still safe for my skin. Okay, I got some students, they fly this recipe, but she feel that it is drying to her hand when she wash it. So she took it to 2%. After she took it to 2%, then it's okay for her. So you can actually tweak it to your skin sensitivity or skin needs. Okay? So, but for today, we'll use 1% in the class. Okay? If 1%, the lye is 80 grams. Based on the calculation that I teach you all. Okay? And then, since 80 grams, the water is 3 times. Correct? So, 80 times 3 is 240 grams. Okay, and because we want to make sure that it is cold enough so when you add lye, it doesn't increase fume. So I want to use ice water instead of water. So the ice will be about 60 to 70 grams of ice. Okay, so later when you make in the class, measure the ice up to between this range, 160 to 170 grams. Okay, then after that, top up with water to make it to 240. So example, let's say your ice when you measure is 170 grams, you just add in another 70 grams of water to make it to 240. Clear on this part? Clear? Okay, the second soap, I go through the recipe. Is for making face and body soap. Okay, so for face and body soap, means it can be used on my face and my body. So I want it to be at least moisturizing and gentle enough for my face. And at the same time, I want some bubbles because I like bubbles. Okay, and also I want it to last longer in the bath also. So here I will actually use 3 oils. Olive oil, it has moisturizing properties, and I introduce coconut because I want bubbles. And at the same time, I introduce palm oil because I want some hardness in the soap. I do not want it to melt too fast. Okay, so means out of the 500 grams, 300, 100 is total 500 grams. Okay, do you know which one is the soft oil? Which one is the soft oil? Olive oil. Okay, the hard oil is coconut and palm. Okay, so for this is the soft oil is 60%, hard oil is 40%. Okay, my soft oil is still higher than my hard oil. 60% soft, 40% hard. I like this balance. Okay, for me I like this balance. So but you go home and you want to make it, you can tweak it. You can tweak the ratio to what you need. Okay, so for me it's 60% soft, 40% hard, and this will take about 1 month for it to cure because the soft oil is quite high. Okay, and then I will discount it at 5%. Okay, the lye I discount it at 5% is 68 grams. Okay, and then for today, instead of using water, we'll be using milk to make, so that is much more moisturizing. Okay, okay, we can use milk. Okay, but then if you notice, my water is only 190 grams. It is not 68 times 3. You can use 68 times 3 to get the lye, but for me it's 190 grams. How do I get this 190 grams? Remember, there are 2 options to do so. What is the second option?
38% of the total.
Yes, correct. So 38% of the total oil. The oil is 500 grams, so 38% is 190 grams. Okay. The reason why I choose 38% is because if I take 68 times 3, the number is higher. Correct? 68 times 3 is how much? Calculator. What is 68 times 3? 200 plus. Yes. 204, correct. So it's higher than 190. I choose the lesser one so that I do not need to wait too long for it to cure. Because the more water, the longer you need to wait. Okay, so this is, yes, why are you smiling? Okay, so that's the reason there are 2 options. You can choose which one you're more comfortable with. Okay, so depends on the scenario. For me, it's because I want it to cure faster, so I choose the lesser one. Okay, any question on this part? Okay, if let's say no question, we will start to.
If I accidentally use more than recommended water, maybe I use like just now 204. I use 210.
It's okay. It's okay. It just you have to wait longer for it to cure. Have to wait longer. Okay. So it's a good question because to make soap, especially when we deal with lye, it needs to be as accurate as possible. But if your oil is a little bit more or the water is a little bit more, it is okay. It is your lye that you need to be the most accurate. Okay? Alright. So we can start make soap. Okay, so let me go through the utensils that we have provided. There will be 2 sets, so 2 persons share 1 set. Okay, then we will make the first soap, which is the general purpose soap. Okay, but before we start, each of you are given the apron. I will pass the gloves. Where is the gloves? Oh, okay, these are the gloves. Okay, make sure you wear gloves because you hand.
Gloves, to be honest.
This is natural glove, not latex, so still okay. I know a lot of people they are sensitive to latex glove. Then plastic cannot also. Plastic glove.
Plastic can, but the those loose plastic.
Oh, must be loose one.
Yeah.
You scare the sweat one, right?
Yeah.
Maybe later you can keep on changing it, no, so that there's no sweat inside. Yes, correct. Okay, let me go through the steps. Okay, you are given a stainless steel bowl, and then these 2 cups. All the oil will be measured here. Okay, you are given only 1 bowl. Okay, so means we'll add on the oil here. Okay, have you all used digital scale before? Yes. Yes. Okay, the digital scale has a tare option. Make sure you make use of the tare option. Okay, because we'll just add on into the oil into the same bowl. So when you on it, you put in the bowl, make sure you tare it. Then you add in your first oil. Then you tare it again. Only add the second oil also. Okay, no need to like add the first oil already 250. Okay, the next one must be 500. No need to bother that. Okay, just tare it. Okay, and then the thing is, this is a digital scale. So it is best to don't let your phone too near to it because the signal will actually interrupt it. So sometimes if you too near you see the number will fluctuate, you know. See, even though I don't do anything, the number will fluctuate. So try to avoid, don't put your phone too near. Okay, and then another thing is when you get a digital scale, make sure the accuracy, you see the scale there's a spec one. Like this one example is 1000 gram means 10,000 gram means it can go up to 10 kg, okay, times 1 gram. You have to take note of the times one. Means it is stepped at 1 gram each. Some scale is times 2, times 5. It is not accurate enough. Okay, always get the times 1 gram. Okay, so this is how you get your scale. Okay. Alright, so we will measure the oils into here. The ice water will be into the big jar, and then the lye will be here. Okay, always put the lye in a smaller container so that you will always remember you don't pour big to small, small to big. Okay, remember lye is solid, so solid to water. Okay, don't put water here and the lye here, then it will be terbalik, no point. Okay, after you pour, make the lye solution, okay, stir it until it fully dissolves and then the water becomes clear. The reason why it to become clear so that we can check there is no more undissolved lye. If there is any lye undissolved, go into the soap, it will still be solid, so it will not react with the oil. So if the person take bath with it, that whole chunk of lye will contact with the skin and burn the skin. So we do not want that. Okay, so means all the lye are fully dissolved. Okay, then after fully dissolved, then only you pour into the oil and then use the whisk to stir. Stir, not beat or whisk. This one will cause splatter. Don't do that. Okay, just stir only. Okay, so these are the steps, but I will go through each step. But now I explain first. Okay, any questions so far? No, alright. So it is best before we start anything, try to cover the table with this plastic so that in case of oil stain, we can prevent the oil stain. Cover. Yeah, I got scissors. cut here, then cut here, also can. Oh, yeah.
If we cut here, then just open.
Can.
Yeah, then so here's the left and the you open?
No, she mentioned cut here also, you open it the other way lah. Same one. Either way also can open. Look, you will cut here already, right? Then cut this part. Cut this side. Okay. 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 Alright. Okay, so first we will measure the oil, coconut oil and palm oil. This is the palm oil and coconut oil. Okay, so each one can measure. Okay, palm oil, when you go to the supermarket and buy, make sure it is 100% palm oil. Like Neptune, Eagle cannot, because it's not 100% palm oil. Even this knife also cannot, because knife got mixed with peanut. Okay, so all this cannot. Make sure in the ingredient here, like ramuan, ole, sawit, betapis, means is only one type. So like buro, saji, wisawit, srimun, all these are okay. Even the keluarga also okay. Alright, so you can measure 100 gram of palm oil. This is the coconut oil. You can start measure the 100 gram of coconut oil. This is the coconut oil. On first. Zero, it keep on moving and moving. I think because of the fan. Fan shaking it. Is the phone nearby?
No.
No.
Here. The phone there.
Is it my phone here? Let me take my phone.
One
Okay. Let me change the angle of the aircon a minute. Let's try. What is it?
We got 251.
1 gram still okay. 1 gram is still okay. How come so many batteries? How much you put?
260.
Oh, then you have to. Then you have to recalculate already. If it's more than 10 gram, you have to recalculate.
What do you mean by recalculate?
You cannot remove because inside got coconut oil already, right? So you have to recalculate your recipe.
Not decide. It's keep on jumping the number.
Okay, try this. Change this.
Okay. You want to be? Huh? No, this number also.
I think it's the wind, is it? Because that side is okay. Let me, or maybe.
Did you tear it? Did you tear it?
Maybe try to measure. No, it's not about tearing. It's when they put the scale there, the number keep on jumping up, down, up, down.
No, it's because I haven't teared it.
No.
We already have put the palm oil also.
No, it's stable here.
We will measure here.
Yeah.
250, yeah?
250, yes. Okay, so the coconut oil, need to calculate the coconut oil and palm oil.
We got 508. 108.
No, this one you cannot.
So, just now, nói cái này.
Plus 260.
Just now, how do I call that one? Recall.
Okay.
So.
3.22. So much.
3.22, then times minus out 1 times 0.99 because we discount at 1%. Times 0.99.
99 or 95?
99.
0.99.
Okay. So 82 gram. So your line is 82 gram.
249 is okay, right?
249 still okay.
Jerrica.
You already got 2 oil already, right?
That's oil.
Now is to measure the line. The line you need is 82 gram.
Small.
Oh, the line is here.
Oh, this one powder type.
Okay. Line in Malaysia come in 3 forms. This is called pearl form. Pearl form is like in small granules. Okay. Then there is flake form, which is keping one. Then there is a liquid form. Liquid form means they already dissolve with water already. But liquid form is not recommended because it's very hard to know what is their dilution rate. From there to calculate how much percentage you need is very difficult. So this one will be easier. Okay. So for classes, normally we will use pearl form. like smaller, dissolve faster. At home, I always recommend use the flake form. It dissolves longer, but then the advantages is if you fall down on the floor, you can still see and pick it up. At least your children won't actually step on it or whatsoever. Okay, this one fall down, very hard to pick it up already. So, but since it's at different places, so need to be careful also lah. Huh? Okay, so this is the flake form. For yours is 82. Round down, 82. Come, I do. Okay. For them, they got extra oil, so need to be 82. Is your oil okay?
Okay, this is one. The important is 2.9.
So the line need to be accurate. If it's excess, need to remove it. So the aircon also cause the scale not to get on fluctuate. Take out. He's scared.
That's nice. Sweet.
Why is it like that?
Okay. Now water is it?
Ice water.
160.
Okay, this is the ice. The ice is about 66. No, the ice you can put between 160 to 170 gram. Then after that you top up with water to become 240. Tear it first.
Okay.
Then put in the ice. Take it.
Okay.
162, then you top up until 240. Two more gram. Okay.
That's nice.
Now we have to mix it up.
For the light. Use this or use that?
Yeah, correct. I use the plastic one better.
Plastic one better.
Okay lah.
Okay,
In between, you just put in, it's okay. And then just top up to 240. Top it up until 240.
That's because it's from the ice.
Too much water. How? 2.1.
You can pour back the water, it's still okay. This is filtered water. Okay, when making soap, it's best to use filtered water.
Okay, so
Don't use mineral water because the mineral in the water will
yeah,
react with the lye and it will cause the orange spot faster.
yeah.
Filter
So there's some
water
access
maybe
here.
I can use cocoa lah.
Eh, still got some. Okay.
Come, come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is spoon or what?
It's okay. This one.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's all.
Use the plastic one. Plastic one, this one. So that it can longer than the spoon, so you don't touch it. Just pour everything and stir.
Pour everything to
Just
clear.
pour.
Pour everything.
Pour everything and stir.
Uh,
Stir.
sure. Definitely for it to be completed.
Yeah, because now you cannot see through, right? You cannot see whether is it fully dissolved or not. So wait for a while, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, then it will become clear. Okay. Okay, so ice water is good because there's no fume, but you can still smell a little bit. If you use normal water, the fume will be more. If you breathe in a lot, right, it will actually make you cough because it's irritate your this one. Some people, if you do it in a very large quantity, in a very close area, it will burn your airway. So we want to prevent that.
How do you see if it's like milk, like colored?
Because color cannot see it, you must use strain to make sure that any undissolved you catch it.
Ice is melted.
Like a big one.
Oh, it's cool.
So imagine the ice straight away melt, right? If you use hot water, that's why cannot. It's very dangerous. You don't use hot water. I like to use ice is because you do not need to wait for the water to cool down to become room temperature. Because the temperature between the water and the lye cannot be more than 10 degrees. So this one is almost the same temperature. You can actually make soap immediately. You don't need to wait so long. Okay.
This one ice cream rolling one.
Baskin Robbins. Last time I used this in the class, right? One of the students said, "Wow, it seems like I'm treating them the Baskin Robbins ice cream." I said, "No, it's not ice cream for you." So if you can start to see, still cannot, Still cannot really see. Okay, so wait for a while.
Can start.
Can start.
You see a little bit?
Start to become clear already. If you use plastic, you can actually see the bottom easier. But if you use stainless steel, you cannot see already. That's why you have to really wait.
Usually I put paper on the bottom.
The news.
Then I can see through I can read the letter.
You can put the notes, you can put your notes at the bottom.
It's kind of clear.
Kind of clear. Let me see.
It's a little bit murky, but
But you can be sure that there's no more undissolved lye already, right?
it's like 100+ soda.
Okay, already can pour it.
Bubble.